Okie dokie, everybody. Welcome back. You're here at the Fox Den with Pater Voss, the Papa Fox, and we are going to continue playing Pillars of Eternity by Obsidian Entertainment. When we last left off, we had dealt with the Valtis Manor and went to the Valtis Mausoleum. We had encountered some of the quote-unquote hungry people, and we found a young girl whose family had been turned into vicious monsters, and we dealt away with them, and we rescued the little girl, so hopefully she's found it back to the gate and into safety. So, now, we are going to continue on our way through Heritage Hill. We're going to continue on our way up here to explore this upper left-hand corner of the map, and then we'll go down here into this little, looks like a dig site. So, let's be about it.
Sure.
Pardon me? Sure, yeah, okay. How are y'all doing? I am doing absolutely wonderfully. I just had a glass of wine. I did a little bit of cooking. I made a dish of tabbouleh, which, you know, it actually came out as mostly tabbouleh. It's still, well, I mean, it was mostly cucumber, but, you know, such is the way of things. But it worked, you know, it was successful. It was edible, and it tasted all right. My son decided he was going to try his hand at a little bit of modern art and stuff a mason jar that still had a little bit of water with it, stuff it full of tissue paper. So we have that sitting upstairs. It actually does look like a little bit of like an artwork you might see at like a, I don't know, someplace. Icantha. What do we got going on here? These stale loaves are as hard as rocks. Left out to rot, these potatoes are covered with wet, rank-smelling bruises. Ew! Gross! Nasty. You take the dry cap. Excuse me, deer cap. Not dry cap. Oh, pardon me for the cough. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go back here and see if we can talk with Icantha. Whoever she may be. A woman bends over a roaring fireplace, feeding a splintered chair leg into it. As you get closer, you notice something unnatural about her. A certain pallor to her skin, a lack of movement beneath her flesh, even while her arms execute deft, efficient movements. And then you see those puckered flesh, the puckered flesh, ragged and bloodless over her heart. We should think about just killing her first and having you to talk to the body.
It's rude to stare, you know. Don't worry. I've no mind to start anything with you. After all, I've stayed in such good shape by choosing my meals carefully.
She laughs to herself. Who are you?
A survivor, by the grace of my own careful preparations. When I heard the claws scrabbling at the door outside, I took care of matters myself. And since then, I've been careful to keep myself fresh and fed.
Do you know what happened here?
An incredible act of animancy, of a magnitude this part of the world likely hasn't seen since Engwithan times. Someone found something very powerful and ancient, and I'd bet my own preserved life it wasn't Aldhelm or his lovely assistant.
Tell me what you know about this Aldhelm. His name barely merits repeating. He's a charlatan who liked to dig up pretty artifacts and call himself a scholar. The pity with animancy these days is that just about anyone can claim to be an expert. I still don't see why this district is full of walking corpses. She spins from the fire to face you. Because someone found a way to tether their souls to their bodies, don't you see? She taps her skull with an impatient finger. So when the heart stops beating, when the blood stops flowing, their bodies still animate. And with a newfound hunger. She turns back to the fire. Those that can feel it with living flesh and essence, those that can feed it with living flesh and essence stay strong and sharp. Those that can't degenerate quickly. I see. I truly doubt that. It's time for me to get going. Okay. Right. Let's see what else is here in the house.
Laying low.
Laying low, just like Ader says.
I'll see what I can do.
Ah,
The work of a
there
moment.
we go. What do we got in here? A rod. And it is movable. It is not immovable because we have moved it. Okay,
I'll
let's
have
go
it
ahead
in no
and
time.
unlock this because we can. Subterfuge
The
aloft.
work of a moment.
There's prisoners. Let's go ahead and steal stuff from the winery. Ooh, spider fingers. Restore light endurance, +1 perception. That's useful. What do we got here? Okay, let's talk with this guy. You're not one of the Kantha's servants. Please, you've got to get us out of here before she feeds on us. What happened to you? We're just groundskeepers. When the district fell into chaos, Kantha took us in, said we'd be safe until the Knights got things under control. But instead, she locked us in here. Every week, one of those monsters who serves her comes in and takes one of us away. I don't know what she's doing, but sometimes we can hear the screams. Please, get us out of here. The way to the district exit should be safe. Go now. Thank you. We'll never forget this. There we go. That's the only right thing to do. I know she'll probably be unhappy about that, but so what? If she tries to pull anything, we'll just pull a sword on her.
You return.
Came
What have
across
you
a
come
group of
seeking
people.
this time?
Came across a group of people in the back room. I hope you didn't disturb them. Rounding them up is quite the chore. Oh well, okay. Well, now that we saw what she has to say, let's go ahead and see what else we can see in this district. It's fun being a dad. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I quite enjoy it. It's hard to explain in some ways. I mean, it's the easiest decision I could have ever made because it's something that I've wanted. But it's difficult, but I don't mind that it's difficult, if that makes any sense. Ah, we got an arbalest. Wonderful. We already have everything we need to have for endurance. We don't have an arquebus for him yet. Sorry for clearing my throat so much. Oh boy. Okay. Charge on him.
Hey.
Oh. There we go. Wonderful. Okay. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. You, Sagani, you are going to mark this wizard, Aloth. You're going to smash him with a assault. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Second wind. There we go. Oh boy. There we go. Wonderful. Now I think we're good. Right. Let's go ahead and get a group going. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I think we're nice and pretty. Uh-oh. Wounding shot. Never mind, don't need that. That guy's already been dead. Taken care of. Get Swift Strikes back. Okay. There we go. Now I can pick up the loot. There's that. Apologies for the frog in my throat. Skeletal lizard. Ah, crate we can loot. A loot crate, if you will. Stelgar tooth. And we got some sleeping supplies. That's also very useful. Okay, got a grappling hook, which is good, and some oil. What else do we have going on here? Does not look like anything. Okay, so let's take a look at whatever this happens to be. The massive stone door to the tower is sealed, and there doesn't appear to be any way of opening it. Okay, we're gonna leave. Now let's go back and talk with this person up here. Maybe there's something that we've missed. Maybe she'll be able to help us. Who knows? The Shadow knows. Actually, no, the game devs know, because they wrote the game. They did a wonderful job with it, by the way. I really love all the characters. The voice actors they got for this are absolutely amazing. I actually got invited to be in a D&D group, so I'm super happy about that. I'm actually I think about playing a bard character, which I haven't actually ever played before. That should be nice. I'm super excited. I get to have an excuse to buy the player's handbook and all of that kind of stuff, so it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. It's going to be text-based.
What if you come seeking this time? A survivor.
Huh. Well, okay. Huh. Well, okay, let's take a look at our journal to see if there's any leads that it can give us. Okay. Centers of faith, no. Never far from that, no. Missing sentry, speak to Wyla. Yeah, okay, I guess that's the only thing that's left. I don't think we can get in there until later in the game, so, well, there we go. Okay, that was Heritage Hill. Wonderfleas. Run, 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 run. Ah, my goodness. It is kind of a little bit nice to unwind after a nice, hard day of being a parent and stuff. I actually went to the doctors to get a little appointment. There! That's the nice man who helped me. And thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out at the keep. Oh, that's good. That's wonderful. I'm glad she's okay. I would hope that anybody who comes across my kid, if my kid ever needed help, that they would help him. It is interesting playing these games, especially role-playing games, where it's very story-intensive and you're supposed to get invested in the characters.
We have a memorial for the Saints' Ward. They say a Rawatai artillery master contributed to the Godhammer bomb. I wondered if...
Of course. You want Rawatai to be a part of this history. Crow about how your people helped the Deerwood. Maybe your Ranganui lied, Amawa.
On second thought, I'll ask Adair.
But yeah, playing these games after becoming a parent, whenever, especially if there's any instances where your party has to interact with children and everything, it's changed not necessarily how I view things. Well, it has, but mostly what it's changed is how I react to it, how I feel invested into it. If I had played some of these games a while ago, I might not have had such a visceral reaction to some of the subject matter and some of the stuff, but it's definitely a thing to keep in mind when either before you become a parent or after. Lila? Your guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra. I've gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes grew round. By the flame, you found her? My missing commander? She heaves a heavy sigh and loses her gaze among the floor tiles. And she was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? It doesn't make sense. But nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to the soldiers under her spell? All your knights are dead. No, I'm just going to say they didn't make it. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops and Commander Lyra. Please, accept this as a token of my gratitude. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. Farewell. That's sad. It's one of those things where these games are meant for you to think about things. You could just accept everything at face value, but part of role-playing is trying to consider how you would react. Like, how would I react if I was one of the parents of one
So
of the...
you will go to your king and what? Implore him to curb his violent impulses at the word of a heroic academic.
You don't usually grace me with your flattery, priest. What merits this attention?
All Rawatai's history is war, same as everyone. If only the world were led by soft-hearted giants who waste their muscles stroking their own quills. Oh, wouldn't that be grand?
I'm content to remain a burr in your boots. But here, if you but stand on the docks, you can single-handedly ensure no one ever sails to the Deerwood again.
I like that they have that bit of interaction. I'm definitely more of the mind of Kana, except that Kana sometimes waxes too poetic about the infallibility of science. Now, science is an amazing thing, but the way some folks commonly think of science, there's a reason why we need ethics committees. There's a reason why we need to consider the human aspect of everything, because ultimately the only people who are doing science are humans, and we can't ever escape that. Science, the amazing thing about science, the thing that I love about it the most, I'm going to take a look through all this while I do some of these things, is the thing that I love about science is it teaches you to be, or tries to teach you to be, the best listener that you can possibly be. And in order to do that, you have to listen to things and experiences, things that are totally unfamiliar to you, or that you would have missed otherwise. Things that you take for granted somebody else might have be the focus of their lives. And that is one of the most important things about science, whether it's the hard sciences or the soft sciences. So while I do quite enjoy Kana's point of view, sometimes he loses sight of Ader's point of view, if that makes any sense. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to do next. Never far from the Queen. We can go and head to see if we can find stuff in the Temple of Wudaka. We can go to Anslog's Compass, Cinders of Faith, Expedition Hall. Already talked to them, I believe. Theories of the no. Long Hunt, Master Below, Trials of Durance. Okay, no. Alrighty. We are actually going to go outside, and let's see here. Let's go to the Woodend Plains. Let's see if we can actually unlock any of the other maps and everything. So we're going to be walking around, and if we can't find anything here, we will definitely go back to Anslog's Compass and finish up with the Crucible Knights, because that is a fairly important thing. Ooh! Western Curtain Wall has been constructed. Alrighty. We got some more Securita. We are definitely going to want to get the barracks, so we're going to get that going. It's going to be constructed in 2 days. Alrighty, let's go down here. I think this is where we need to go for the book for the person with the stuff in the library. Ah, there we go. Iben. So let's go ahead and deal with some of this. Ader, come up over here. There we go. Okay, get your legendary defense. Oh, not legendary defense, but get your valorous defense going. We are going to mark the Agar, Thief, Venka, Iben. We're going to mark Iben. Okay, now we're going to use Pater Voss's patented punching technique. Okay. And now we're going to use a wounding shot. Oh, looks like we already took care of him. We're gonna use that on Benka. Taken care of. Get this guy smacked down. Oh, no, you're gonna go over here. There we go. We cut through them like a hot knife through butter. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, Ivan's Grimoire. Sun-touched Mail of Huron. Ooh, grant Sunbeam, 3 per rest. Oh, that's neat. And the Scroll of Whale. As you take the scroll, you hear a voice. You found it. Now lose it again. What? You think this theft was an accident? The voice seems to shift, as if the speaker were constantly changing age, race, and sex. My relics were never meant to stay in one place for long. They are meant to be lost and found. It is the search that gives the thing value. Take it back to the meadow. Find the drake that faces east and bury it beneath its skull. Huh. Okay.
Yeah?
Well, Black Meadow. Let's go ahead and go back there then. Why not? We have nothing to lose. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to do here. Right. That sounds like a very good way to spend our time. Okay. Let's go back to the Black Meadow. It's going to take a day and 10 hours. Oof, that's going to be a huge trek. I wish they gave you... this is one of the things I liked about Tyranny is they gave you like a sense that you were traveling from one place to another. And this... security reports that Leaden Key agents will attack the keep in 4 days. So that's something we definitely want to return for. And we're going to manually resolve that. Ooh, there we go. Bury the Skull of Whale. As you cover the ancient scroll with the last handful of soil, the shifting voice speaks in your head once more. Well done, Watcher. Ooh. Okay, now let's go ahead and see if we can resolve this. Manual resolve. Okay. And we are going to go back to Cave Nua. And what the heck, we're going to run a little bit long, and I'm going to show you what it's like to resolve a battle. Rangers are bonded to their animal companions, and the pair work best as a team. Animal companions do not have powerful attacks.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Speak to the messenger hall about Cave Nua. Barracks complete. Let's go ahead and get to something else. The library. Dungeons. Let's get the dungeons. That's going to actually come in handy. Alrighty. Now, let's manual resolve this. And this should be interesting. Alrighty, crack your knuckles, everybody. Let's tear into them. Okay. There we got that going. Alrighty, let's go ahead and mark this. Alrighty, now we're going to do a wounding shot. And we're going to get these guys. Arcane Assault. Oh boy. Oh, looks like we got confusion going on. Nutter butter. Okay, let's go ahead and drop one. Magic missiles. Blam. And why not? Let's go for another one right here. And another. That's doing quite a bit of damage. Okay. Pater, go ahead and unload hurt on this guy. Okay, can't select him, can't select him either. So, wounding shot on this person. Oh, there we go. Wounding shot on the lead key agent. Let's go ahead and deal with this guy, and now we're going to deal with this guy. Cool. And we got that all well in hand. Huzzah! We have defended our keep. However, hover on any attack in the combat log to show more detailed information on how it was resolved. That's also useful. I really do like that this game will allow you to... pardon me. It will allow you to really tinker around with things if you want. Remembrance. Oh, right, because we sent our hero protagonist off to go do stuff. Revive a target with 300 endurance, minus 50 endurance after 15 seconds. So we're definitely going to keep that. Let's go see what the palace messenger has to say. Greetings, my lord. I bear an urgent message from Chancellor Warren of Defiance Bay. He requests that you meet with him at your earliest convenience in the Ducal Palace. Your claim on Caed Nua has been called into question by the Lord by the Gathbin family. Earl Baedmar has issued a ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Gathbin must be present. Tell me about this Lord Gathbin. An old Aediran lineage, I believe. He looks around the Great Hall, the former lord of this stronghold. A distant relative of Lord Gathbin allied himself with the losing side during the War of Defiance. Who's Chancellor Warren? He's an arbiter of legal matters for Earl Baedmar of the Grasp. Nua's mine. The Gathbin family disagrees. As your claim is not based on lineage, an official ruling is required to remedy this dispute. I'll go meet him then. The Chancellor will await you in the records room of the Ducal Palace in First Fires. The messenger bows, then strides away. Oh, there we go. Alrighty, we're going to call that an end of the episode. If you've enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button, or give me some feedback if you prefer. Of course, if you enjoy my other work, then a subscription to the channel would also be absolutely amazing. As always, it's great to see you all here at the Fox Inn. I hope you come back next time and pull up a chair for some more Pillars of Eternity. Alrighty, you take care now. Bye.